Good morning, everyone. My name is Bisola Urimolade, and I'm the marketing manager here at Mercurius IT. Thank you for joining this live event with our CRM expert, Aniket Soyawanchi. So who are we? Mercurius IT is a Microsoft solution partner. We provide end-to-end services in areas of consulting, implementation, BAU support for Dynamics 365, Business Central, finance and supply chain, and all aspects of CRM, such as Dynamic 365 for sales, marketing, customer service, field service, operations, project operations, and HR. We also provide managed services on Azure. We are also partners with other solution providers that can transform your business. We're a 19-year-old British company based in Milton Keynes in the United Kingdom. During this webinar, you will learn how the introduction of Copilot represents a significant advancement in using AI to transform customer service. Discover how to deliver faster, more efficient, and personalized support experiences that drive positive customer and business outcomes. If you have any questions during the webinar, please do not hesitate to use the question and answer section, and we'll answer your questions at the end. I'll now hand you over to Aniket, who will take you through the webinar.
Okay, thank you, Bisola. So, hello everyone, and a very good morning and a warm welcome to all for this insightful webinar by Mercurius IT, where we will be going to see a revolutionary product of Microsoft, which is Copilot, and its impact on business applications of Microsoft. In this session, we are majorly focusing on one of the business application of Microsoft, that is Dynamic 365 customer service, which actually deals with the cases or incidents raised by the customer against the product or services sourced from the business and seeking for the resolution. If I talk about customer service from the business point of view, customer service plays a crucial role for a businesses as it influences customer satisfaction, loyalty, and retention, leading to the repetitive business with the repetitive customer, which ultimately impacting the growth of the organization. With the integration of these AI technologies like Copilot, businesses can elevate their customer service to the next level. So, in this webinar, we will be exploring the Copilot capabilities and its role in improving the customer service operations and agent productivity. So, let's have a glance at today's agenda, the topics that we are going to cover. So first is a Copilot. What exactly is a Copilot and what exactly is there in Copilot in D365? Then we move on to a key capabilities of Copilot for specifically for the customer service and how these particular capabilities will be utilized. For that purpose, the Copilot has provided the features on customer service itself. So we will go into the features one by one and followed with a demo. And at the end of the session, we will take a questions, if any. So before moving ahead, let me introduce myself. My name is Aniket Suryavanshi, and I'm working with Mercurius IT and based out of Pune, India. I'm working here as a functional consultant and carrying over 3 years of experience in Microsoft Dynamics customer engagement applications. Once again, I welcome you all for this webinar. So what exactly is a co-pilot? So we can think of a co-pilot as a personal assistant to a user, but into a digital form, and it is been powered by AI in order to assist or help the users for some range of tasks and applications. I assume that many of us have used a chat GPT, right? So in chat GPT, there is a chat interface where a user inputs the command or a query, and in return the chat gpt provides the response for that input based upon whatever the information is there or a data is present in an open source. Okay, and that particular response is generated through AI. In similar fashion, with the same principle, Microsoft Copilot is been working. Okay, but the major difference between chat gpt and Copilot is Copilot is an advanced version, or you can say there is a huge advancement in a Copilot because the AI is being combined with the power of large language models, which is basically a machine learning model, which actually utilizes the data from Microsoft graphs like calendar, emails, your chats, documents, meetings, or the data which are present into the Microsoft applications like your Office applications like Excel's, Word, or PowerPoints, or any of the files which are being saved on a shared point. By utilizing this information, because the machine learning model have um, deep learning algorithms which actually analyze this particular data into the system and provide the response for the user whatever the inputs are being provided against the record. Okay, so this particular application or the principle, we will see it when we have a demo for our features, so how exactly it works. Now we will move on to a Copilot in D365. So if I talk about a D365, which is Dynamic 365, it is a cloud-based portfolio of business applications by a Microsoft. So this portfolio includes all the applications which are required by the businesses, like sales application, customer service, marketing, field service, project operations, your HR operations, your supply chain management applications. All these applications are been there into this 365. So from the user point of view or an organization point of view, if a user is using these applications, user are expect to spend more time on generating the results rather than doing a repetitive works. So with the capabilities of a co-pilot, all these challenges are been tackled by converting it to an automated process with a regenerative AI, by providing an agent a dedicated smart assistant. So in each and every application, there is a smart assistant or or a help pane for a co-pilot which has been provided, which each and every agent have an access to that. So with this particular co-pilot allows the user to be more productive, do the task and complete in a faster manner and provide a quality of work. So as we already discussed that we will be majorly focusing on one of the application, that is a customer service. We will see now a key capabilities offered by a co-pilot for customer service. If I talk about customer service and age from an agent perspective, their day-to-day um, life, uh, tackling the cases, there are n number of cases which are being raised into a system from n number of sources, and that particular cases are getting assigned to the agents. Now the agents has to go through each and every cases in details in order to identify what exactly the issue is. They have to analyze that issue and again provide the responses to the customer time to time basis. So this particular process takes time depending upon the complexity of a case and the time taken to resolve that particular case, which ultimately impacts the tat of the case. Okay, so if particular case is taking a lot of time and it is impacting the tat, it directly impacts the customer loyalty and the customer will not be satisfied with the services. So key customer service does play an important role, and in order to tackle these challenges, these key capabilities help out to the users. So key capabilities such as case summaries for the agent. So whatever the case which are been recorded, it provides a brief summary so that agents can go through that summary and easily understand what the issue is about. It helps the agents drafting the responses for an email. Then there is a chat interface provided where agents can get their answers by putting up an input. Also, at the time of live conversation with customers on call or on a chat, Copilot can easily identify such questions while having an interaction with the customers and provide the best fitted answers for that. Copilot capabilities also includes the record interactions for the agent, which can be utilized for any other cases or upcoming cases of a similar fashion. And also, Copilot provides the provision to add a trusted sources as a knowledge base from where that particular information will be carried out, whether it is being integrated to any of the open search engines or any of the SharePoint access through which this particular data can be captured and the response can be generated. So with these capabilities, whatever the challenges which are faced by an agent during tackling of cases, it can be handled through this. So now, in order to utilize these capabilities, there are some features which are being provided by the Copilot on customer service. Uh, the features are case summary and timelines, ask a question, and write an email. So we will go through each and every feature one by one, and followed with a demo how exactly it can be utilized on a day-to-day basis. So first is a case summary. So as I already told you that customer user or a customer agent has to go through each and every cases which are being assigned to him or her, and seek each and every information or the details in order to understand what exactly the case is about. But it will takes a lot of time, and user has to spend a lot of time in order to check out on each and every details. But the case summary, what it does, it provides a holistic view of a case, so that agent can use that particular summary in order to understand the case, and that particular summary can be utilized to communicate or answer the customers. So what exactly happening over here is, it saves the time of an agent, rather than going through each and every details, their previous conversations, what are the activities which are being done on this particular case. All these informations, rather than going one by one, it can be accessed through a summary. Okay, now we will just check on actual application how this particular summary feature works. As you see on the screen, this is a customer service application where all the cases are being recorded. Okay, so whether that case coming through any of the sources, whether it is through a phone call, or whether it is through an email, or any of the sources which are being integrated with the system, the cases are being created in this particular application. So we have a case entity over here where agent have an access to go through their cases which are being assigned. So for now, what I will do is I will create a new sample case in order to understand how this works. So there is an option for a new case. I will just create a case for a damaged product for now. So there is a customer which has been raising a case for a damaged product which he has received. So there is a subject line where I can select whether it is a query or whether it is a service request. So I will just tag it under service request. I will select one of the customer as a sample for now. So this customer has raised a request for a damaged product. It works like that. So origin of the source, we can select from which source this particular case is being created. For now, I will just tell that select an email as an origin of this case. What exactly the product the customer has ordered and have received, we can select that product based upon the input from customer. And into the description, we can add what exactly the issue is about. So I will add the description like I have ordered a product through your website, but there was delay in receiving the product in set time. So I would like to know about your order shipment timing. Also, when I received the product after a week, it is not in working condition and I would like to return the product. Please guide me through it. Thanks. So this is the case. Let's say this case has been received through email and this case has got created in a system. So as soon as I save this case, the case number is being generated. So now from an agent perspective, being a customer service agent, I have logged in this system for the first time. I have opened this case. Now, if I don't have a co-pilot, I have to go each and every detail of this section, like what is the case title, what is the subject, who is the customer, what exactly the customer has ordered the product, and what is the description, which will take a lot of time because for now we are checking on only one cases. But agent have to deal with n number of cases on the daily basis. So now what Copilot has offered is they have provided a summary section over here where there is an expandable option. We expand this automatically, whatever the information or details are being provided against the case, it is been summarized in this section. So what exactly the summary generated is the customer is reported two issues regarding their orders. Firstly, they experienced a delay in receiving a product. So first thing which from the agent will know is there is a delay in receiving a product, and a customer would like to know the shipment timings. And secondly, when he finally received the product after a week, it is not in a working condition and they would like to return it and seeking a guidance for the return process. So this has provided what exactly the issue is and what the customer is expecting. And this has saved a lot of time of an agent for in order to checking on the details. As you can see over here, you can actually translate this particular summary into any of the languages customer agent wants. So like if I select a French, it will automatically translate to the French. If I regenerate, it will again reset it to the English, or and also reset the grammar for the summary. So this is how the case summary works. Now, if I add any more details on this particular case record, this summary will get updated. For example, let's say I will create an activity of a phone call seeking more information about this case. More information about this case. I would like to have a call with a customer. So phone call is being scheduled for the customer. I have done a phone call for a customer and I have received the information. I will close this activity. I have understand the issue and I will rectify that issue on the call and I will close this activity. Now what I will do is I will add a note, a resolution note or a phone call note on phone call that let's say I have understood the issue and I've rectified and on call itself, and I've added a note that customer was facing an issue with product, but after having a call, issue is been rectified for the product. There was no issue in product, but customer has not inserted batteries properly in product, due to which it was non-functioning. Okay, for now the issue is resolved. So what I have done is I will save this note. Now this note will get recorded against this particular case. So what I will do is I will just regenerate this summary again. So whatever the information which I have provided over here, it will get synced into the summary and a new summary will get generated, which includes what is an issue, what exactly the customer has done, or agent has been done. However, after a call with the customer, it was determined that issue was not with the product itself, but rather with the customer not properly inserting the battery. The support team resolved the issue by assisting the customer rectifying the battery replacement, and product is now functioning properly. So whatever the information which was being provided over here, rather than agent going in opening this particular record, agent can directly go into a summary and check the latest update of this particular case. Okay. It also helps with the new agent as well. So let's say if my senior wants to check on this particular case, now the senior would not go in each and every details of the case, but rather he will see a case summary and instantly rectify that this particular case is about to get closed because the proper assistance or the resolution is being provided to the customer. This is how the case summary section works. Now we will move out to the next feature, that is ask a question. Now, what exactly this feature offers? So let's say now we have agent knows the exactly the what the issue is, okay, but exactly the resolution agent doesn't know what exactly the resolution should be. So he has to diagnose the issue and analyze the case and check and come to a conclusion of that particular case as a resolution for the resolution. So ask a question, what it does is provides a chat interface where an agent can ask a question to a co-pilot regarding that issue, and if there is any of the data present related to that issue or the inputs which has been provided by the by the agent, co-pilot will answer that particular input or provide a response to that input. So it will helps to diagnose the problems by using the internal knowledge or a data from the trusted websites. This is from where this ask a question will get the response. So it will analyze the customer data to identify patterns and provide suggestions to the agents for the better handling of interactions. So Copilot, what it does is it's also check on the details of the cases, and it provides a self prompt so that if so that agents can actually decides whether to use that prompt or not. So I will just show that prompt as well. So with this particular feature, agent can handle more and more queries and increase the efficiency and productivity and ultimately improving the customer experience. And because agent will save their lot of time. Okay, from the time perspective as well, agent will save a lot of time which has been spent in searching the knowledge articles and going to the subject matter experts in order to get resolution for the issue. They can directly ask the co-pilot what exactly the issue is and get a resolution on that. We will check on a demo how exactly that works. We will use a same case for now. There is a co-pilot help in which I was talking about. This is a co-pilot, and this is a chat interface which is known as the co-pilot help in, where we can access the ask a question feature. So now, as you can see, I have opened this case, and what Copilot has already identified what are the case details, what is an exactly customer is expecting from this particular case, and Copilot has automatically provided a prompt of a question. What exactly Copilot is customer is expecting. What I will do is I will just click on how to return a damage Amsterdam lamp. So if there is any Okay, so if there is any knowledge article or a data present regarding a return of a damage, Copilot automatically retrieve that particular data and provide us as a response. So all this data is with respect to the return policy of a product. So user can go through this and utilize this in order to respond the customer and provide a resolution. If anyone wants to check from where exactly this particular data has been retrieved, so there is an option as a check sources. If we click on a check source, these are the two articles which are been present in the system related to the defect and damaged products and return authorization. And from these two sources, this particular response is being generated. Okay, this is how ask a question works. So now we have seen a prompt over here. But let's say if this particular response does not satisfy the user or partial answer is been provided by a copilot, what user can do is they can describe what exactly the customer needs over here. As we have seen in the description, or we have added in the description, that customer is also expecting the order shipment timings. Okay, so one issue has been resolved from this particular data about the return policy, but about the for customer also wants the information about order shipment timing. So what customer agent will do is he will ask Copilot what are the order shipment timings. You have asked a question to a co-pilot to provide the data related to order shipment. So if there is any of the data or any article related to this, Copilot will generate the response. So this is the response which has been generated on the question asked by the user. So this is how the ask a feature works over here. So one of the major advantage of this ask a question is, let's say there is a new agent which has been hired by organization in order to resolve the cases. So organizations has to put lot of efforts and cost in order to train that particular agent for each and every situation and each and every cases, but not all the cases gets covered or not all the issues get covered in that training. But with ask a question, uh, agent, if agent doesn't know any of the resolution or any idea about the case, agent can ultimately put his question as an input into the copilot and check out the most accurate or most approximate response from the copilot against that particular case. So businesses can actually um, save lot of efforts on training of a specific agent through this particular copilot. Now, next is write an email feature. So each and as we all know that in customer service, response to the customer is a key thing, and it has to be done after a specific interval of date or time to time, so that the customer can be kept update about that, about his or her particular case. Okay, so each and every time being email is a primary source of communication, and agents utilize this emails frequently in order to provide a response to customer. So what exactly this feature does is, it helps the it helps the user to draft an email and quickly respond to a customer. So what exactly the write an email does is, it uses the notes, conversations, or all the activities and task which has been performed on that particular case. It utilizes that information and create a draft of an email. So with this, agents can actually save a lot of time which are been gone into searching the details and putting up into an email and drafting an email. With this particular feature, agent can save a lot of time on that. Okay, one more advantage with respect to this feature is, agent can actually change the tone and adjust the length of a copilot in copilot, length of an email through copilot itself. Okay, so we will have a look of this feature on our application itself. So again, on the help end itself, there is a second feature, that is write an email. This particular feature will not be accessible unless and until there is an email form open in order for a response. So what I will do is, I will create one more activity of an email which seeks. So the email form is getting opened. Till time you can see on an help end itself, write an email has already provided some prompts, what exactly a user wants to or an agent wants to draft, whether it is with respect to the resolution or suggestion for a call or requesting for more information or providing the details or whatever the things, whatever the prompts are provided. If use agent doesn't want to use any of this prompt, he agent can use describe what you need option over here and describe what exactly the email should be drafted. For now, what I will do is, I want my case has been resolved and I want to draft a resolution email. So I will use a resolve the customer problem prompt. Whenever I select this, it will automatically generate a draft with all the informations and the transactions communications happened with the customer. So it will include thank you for reaching out. So that first understanding email, this is the source. This part is about shipping time. This part is about the standard shipping response which we have got from the ask a question, and finally the resolution which has been provided to a customer against this case. So all this information has been drafted with write an email feature. Okay, now we can directly copy this this email to our case form and send it to the customer, or else we can edit this particular email over here itself in Copilot There are other options as well that like add in adjust, as we spoke about changing the length of the email or tone of a email. We can actually select any of the options and update based upon what type of email we want to send it to the customer. So we have selected a short length. So automatically the email which has been drafted is of short length, and a formal one, a casual one. Now this particular email, we can again use it in the case form in order to respond the customer. So with these three features over here, uh, which has been utilized into the customer service in order to resolve the cases in the faster manner, which ultimately saves the time of the agent, which increases the productivity and efficiency of an agent, and also helps the customer to get the resolution instantly without waiting for a longer time, which ultimately satisfies the customer with the services of businesses and impacts the growth of organization. Um, with this, I conclude my topic for the day. Any
Thank,
questions are very much welcome. Yeah,
thank you, Aniket. We just have a couple of questions.
yeah.
One is there any licenses required for Copilot?
Um, Speaking about the licenses, yes, there are some licenses required for the Copilot. For example, let's say I have given a demo on the customer service module. So customer service module have their packages like customer service or a service enterprises license. So if a user is having only a normal customer service license, then it will not have a Copilot. They have to put up an additional cost for the license. But an account or a user have a customer service enterprise license, it comes along with the Copilot comes along with that license. So it depends upon what exactly the package is being used by the user or an organization. But yes, if there is no Copilot into your application, then there is an additional cost which has to be bear for the licenses of Copilot.
Okay, I've got another one here. Um, it said, does it also include sentiment analysis for calls and emails?
Pardon?
Does it also include sentiment analysis for calls and emails?
Um, Yes, sentimental analysis in the sense whatever the information which has been provided on the cases from the co-pilot perspective, that whatever the information which has been updated on the case, that will automatically gets updated through a co-pilot into the response. So whatever the information which is provided, it will get into a response as well.
Okay, and there's another one here. Is there a cap on how many amendments can be made to the case to be included into the summary?
There is no such cap. You can add up whatever the information you want. Like I have shown, it has taken up the description. It has also taken up the notes which are been uh, recorded against that particular case. So whatever the information you will add up over there, it will try to get generate a summary on that basis only. So yes, there is no capping for what about the amendments. It will automatically generate the summary based upon whatever the latest details or updates are been came across that particular case or record.
Okay, and then the final question is, if email and phone is linked to D365, does it automatically create a case based on the content of the email or phone call?
Yes. So customer service, in the customer service, if there is a configuration or integration with respect to the sources like email, there is in customer service, we can actually create a cases from an email received on our mailboxes. Okay, we have the configurations over there. Automatically, that type of cases are been picked up, emails are being picked up, and automatically gets created into the system. Similarly, with the phone call is been picked by an agent itself. Okay, and that particular instant only, a agent can create a case just like what I have done in the demo. I have created a case manually and I have selected an origin as an email. So phone call agents can also do a similar thing and create a case and tag the case as an origin as an phone call.
Okay, I just got another question just come in, and is how can an organization measure the impact of Copilot?
Um, if I talk about the uh, impact of a co-pilot, the organization can actually measures by tracking how well their agents are performing, what were their performance before the co-pilot, and after implementing the co-pilot, what is the productivity and efficiency of the Copilot by actually taking some of the factors into consideration, like what amount of time is been spent for the routine task, what are the enhancements are being made in decision making process, and other matters depending upon business to business. But yes, one of the key factor is the agent productivity, how it has got impacted or improved before and after the Copilot integration or the Copilot licenses.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Aniket. So that's the end of our webinar. For further inquiries or to chat with one of our experts, please you can email Ahmed Makhtari at mercuriusit.com. That's Ahmed Makhtari, which is Maktare. So it's ahmed.m@mercuriusit.com. Thanks for attending for this and for other webinars. If you're interested in any of our other webinars, please visit our website and then click on resources and then on demand. And then you can watch any of the webinars from there. Thanks again for joining this live event. We hope it's been useful to you. Thank you.
Thank you everyone.